it's great for us to be here at CES, beginning of the year together. Tonight we have a reception, also a cocktail, where we invite our business partners, friends, together with the CEOs of the companies of the Digital Hub. So this is a good start in the year, right? And we have on the one hand like the MCN companies like Broadband TV and Style Hall. On the other hand you have SpotX, the new investment in Video Amp, CEO there, Clypd. So we come together, and the RTL team that works together with these new colleagues, and also from the corporate side. So it's a great start here.
So tell us a little bit about what the strategy is, what your hope is. It's an investment, or is it an operational company that you're expanding? Give us some idea about sort of the goals, the objectives of RTL and in this investing and in acquisitions.
Yeah. As you know, RTL Group, as a broadcaster, the largest broadcaster in Europe, often referred as the CBS of Europe, has always been a pioneer in new markets. Actually, I would say emergence at the when private television was created, RTL has been the forefront and built its business in this growth market at the time. So what we saw like 3 years ago was that there's a new market coming up, digital video, and the idea and the strategy is also to expand, to grow, to seize opportunities in this new market. And that starts with bringing the content of RTL Group to these new platforms. We call it a total video, so making sure that the viewers of RTL Group can consume that, advertisers can advertise on the platforms. Second is also to create original content for the new market. Fremantle, which is owned by RTL Group, has been at the forefront at that for in the last years already, and has now a JV, for instance, with Vice Media in food, Munchies, creating new content. And the two other segments, and which also constitute the Digital Hub, are the short-form video market, the MCN market, where we saw a new opportunity, as well as the monetization part, the shift into programmatic monetization, automated monetization video, and that eventually led into the investment in SpotX and the further investments to bridge Clypd as well as Video Amp just recently, end of last year.
Great, Marcel. And looking at this year, what do you see as sort of your goal in 2016 in terms of growing this business, potentially other kinds of investments you might be interested in, growing operationally? What's the roadmap for 2016?
Yeah. I think if you look to 2015, with the acquisition of Style Hall, the new investments in 2015, if you look to the current portfolio, those are all strong companies. They're leaders in their markets. By reach altogether, RTL is now one of the leading players on the MCN side. But each company is a leader and growing strongly. But also SpotX and the other companies are really strongly growing. So I think 2016 mandate is, and the CEOs, RTL has a decentral also DNA of entrepreneurship and partnership, is to enable, to ensure that these companies and the CEOs can grow the companies in the best way possible forward. So that is one outlook, just execute further on the opportunity, because you see the market is creating these opportunities right now. And certainly what we did in 2015 was to establish the Digital Hub as a platform for further growth of these companies. You have an MCN segment, an AdTech segment, and where we started, to take more a view strategically how this market develops. What can we do, RTL Group, to further support? For instance, helping the companies in international expansion. They're very strong already US, but they have also an opportunity in Europe or outside Europe. So that led into already a first JV of SpotX in the Netherlands, for instance, right? So we started also to foster synergies, collaboration with RTL Group companies, but also in between the companies of the hub, and with the network of partners of RTL Group outside, basically. RTL works for many years with partners trustfully together, so also to enable further growth around that. We will also look for further investment opportunities that add on, that complement, that strengthen the existing portfolio.
And putting on your hat at Bertelsmann, how do you see this year in digital media? There's a lot of talk about ad blocking. There's a lot of talk about, you know, data, too much data, too little. What are some of the challenges and opportunities for digital media in general this year, do you think, globally? Maybe in Europe, maybe in the US?
Well, I think they're always like, the market is a still young market. Let's not forget that. Digital video maybe is now 4 or 5 years old market, right? So you saw last year the quest for viewability, for instance, came, you know, and it's important is to be able to adapt to these changing requirements in the market, where, you know, ad blocking is another one, right? So I think it's important that the companies are agile to adapt, but that is also one of the strong points of growth companies, entrepreneurial companies, that they can do that. So overall, there will be challenges and themes in the market to deal with, but we believe that overall the companies are in a very good position to execute and to adapt to the marketplace that's changing, but also to innovate it further. And we also believe that there's a long-term growth prospect in this market. So I would say 2016, never be at the beginning of the year overly optimistic and too enthusiastic, but 2015 showed, you know, very good growth and maturing, and we believe that 2016 could look, you know, also give that opportunity as well.